Hey, what's up guys, 𝒞𝑜𝓃𝒾𝓃𝑔. So you're dropshipping on Amazon, you sell an item, but then, oh no, it goes out of stock at your supplier and there's nobody else in the world that is selling that product that you could have them ship it to you. It's just an order that you cannot fill, but you also know that you can't really cancel it or you're gonna ding your metrics, and you don't wanna ding your metrics because you do it too many times, you can get suspended. What can you do? I kinda already gave a couple little hints of some things that you should try, before getting to these ultimate, worst case scenarios. So let's just back up a second and review some of the things that I kinda said there. So if the item is available from literally any other supplier, then, the same item, and even if it's, even if you're gonna lose 10 bucks on it or something like that, if you can get that item to the buyer from, anywhere else, any other place that you can order from and still get that item to the buyer, you might wanna consider doing it because that might be an easier solution. What if you really can't get it anywhere? It's really not available anywhere else, maybe it's discontinued or something like that. What can you do? How can you sort of cancel this order but not have your metrics get dinged? The first thing that you should do is ask the buyer to submit a cancellation request, because you get in trouble if you cancel orders, but if you can ask the buyer to ask you to cancel the order, then you're golden, because you're allowed to cancel orders. If the buyer asks you to cancel them, that doesn't hurt your metrics. It only hurts your metrics if you initiate the cancellation. But what if the buyer doesn't get back to you, they don't respond? Well, first off, when you sent that initial message, it should be something along the lines of, hey, there's a problem with your order. We need to cancel it. We're trying to have you cancel it so that, we can refund you. Because if you say something like, hey, would you mind canceling the order? Well, they might be like, well, of course I mind. I want to get the item. But, they need to sort of know that getting the item isn't really an option and we just want them to cancel it so we can get them refunded. But yeah, so say you send those messages and they're not getting back to you. Ideal situation, they just see the messages, send the request, and then you say, great, the buyer asked me to cancel. But say they don't ever respond, they don't see the message at all. That can happen pretty commonly too. What can you do? Well, you've got one more option, and that is to use a fake tracking number. Basically, the idea is you upload a fake tracking number to the order so that Amazon thinks that you've shipped it and it's on its way to just the wrong address. Then you send a full refund to the buyer. So the buyer's got their money back, and in Amazon's mind, a random package was shipped and it just went to a random address. But the order stayed. The order never got canceled. The buyer just got their money back because there was some sort of issue with tracking. But the order was never technically canceled. Then, of course, once you've done that, you've sent the buyer the refund and you've uploaded the fake tracking number, you can send a message to the buyer and say something along the lines of like, hey, we've been messaging you, trying to get you to cancel the order. The incorrect item was shipped, or the item was damaged, or whatever story you're using, keep sticking with that. We've gone ahead and sent you a full refund for your purchase, and we're sorry for any inconvenience that it may have caused. That way, Amazon sees the fake tracking number and doesn't think that the order was canceled, but the buyer ends up getting their money back and basically kind of having a clue of what was going on, and just thinks there's some sort of mix-up, and that's why they got refunded. Now, one other thing that I should mention, when I say use a fake tracking number, I'm not talking about just like typing gibberish and say, oh, it looks like a fake tracking number. I'm talking about a real tracking number that just doesn't happen to be going to the buyer. Of course, one way to get a fake tracking number would be to actually ship a package yourself. You could even ship it to the buyer, just have it be an empty package or something like that. That's one way to get a fake tracking number. But another and cheaper way to do it would be to use a service like ShipperBay or use the Chrome extension 𝒞𝑘𝓃𝑔. I'm planning to create a full video that goes over all of this in more detail. So if I've done that already, you should see a little like pop-up, something or other at the top coming out right now that you can click on to watch that video that'll explain exactly in detail how to get fake tracking numbers. And if you're not seeing it pop out, then that just means I probably haven't done it yet, or I forgot. So go ahead and leave me a comment down there and I will either feel the pressure and be like, oh dang, I should make that video, or I'll relink it if I forgot to link it up here. Well guys, that's it for the video. If you're new to dropshipping on Amazon and you're trying to figure out how to get started, I've got a full free set of training videos down there, link in the description. Goes over everything you need to know to get started dropshipping on Amazon. And Amazon's great because compared to other platforms, it's actually super easy to get sales with very few listings, because there's so many more buyers on Amazon and so many few sellers that you're competing with compared to other platforms like eBay. If you've got any questions about anything dropshipping related, feel free to hit me up on Facebook. I'll put a link down there, as well as a link to a group that I started that has hundreds of other dropshippers in it that you can join. I post new content on this channel every few days, so go ahead and subscribe and hit the notifications, and I'll be back with another video in a couple days.